Hey, Vaughn, you hear us good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's Super Bowl 56 media availability with Los Angeles Rams outside linebacker Von Miller. If you have any questions for Vaughn, please hit the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen and we'll get started. We'll start here with Stacey Dales from NFL Network.
Hey, Vaughn, congratulations. I got two questions for you. When was it when you became a Ram? Because I know you came out with a bit to LA with a bit of an ankle. When did this defense fully click for you? At what stage was that?
I felt like honestly, I'm a pass rusher. Like that's what I do better than anything else. Of course, I play football, and of course, I feel like I feel like I'm a great dad and a great son and a great brother and a great teammate. I do all of those things well. But I feel like what I do better than anything else in life is rush the passer. And I was familiar with Aaron Donald before I came here. He came to the Pass Rush Summit. I was familiar with Leonard Floyd, Coach Henney, all of these guys before I got here. I was familiar with the defense. It's a Coach Fangio. It comes from the Coach Fangio world. So to be honest, like that very first walkthrough that I had when I got here, I was traded on Monday, got here on Tuesday, practice on Wednesday. My ankle was still kind of, feeling with me, but on Wednesday, like when we did the walkthrough, we went through pass rush games and I was working with Aaron Donald. I was like, yeah, this is it. I feel good. I felt like I knew it was going to work. 2 weeks later, I played in the San Francisco game. We didn't get a sack, but we had some really good rushes. And, I felt it, even after that San Francisco game, we lost and all that stuff. But I told everybody, like, after the game, when I talked to the media, I was like, man, I had fun today. We had some really good rushes today. I felt really comfortable out there. I felt really comfortable in the defense. And we lost that game. We lost 2 games after that. But rushing with Aaron Donald and Greg Gaines and Leonard Floyd and all the guys that we got coming around, I know pass rush. I'm able to feel pass rush, and I felt like, it'd be a great fit. And it took a little bit while for the sacks to come, but I always had faith in our defense. I always had faith in, the relationship with Aaron Donald, and I had faith in what we were doing. And it feels good to have some success for sure.
Awesome. Just a quick follow-up. Your pressures as a group have gone up, obviously, in the playoffs. Is that just a sense of urgency in the playoffs? Or, is it because it's the playoffs? And obviously I think you're tied with Nick Bosa with 14 QB pressures. It's phenomenal, dude. Like, what's been the mindset of your group and how that pressure rate has increased?
Every time I go out there, I try to – it doesn't matter if it's the preseason, regular season, playoff, Super Bowl. This is who I am. Every time when I go out there, I want to have a crazy day. I got some sick dreams, and every time I'm on that football field, I try to take advantage of it. Whenever you go to the playoffs, the sense of urgency is always heightened, but whenever I'm playing football, I try to perform to the best of my ability. And, the playoffs bring more out of everybody, I guess. And, we're just able to, just to keep going. And, if I could just point out why, why we're having success, I would try to do it every single time, every single game, every single play. But, we're staying prayed up. We're getting rest, and, we're staying on top of our process and how we go about our business. We've been doing the same thing that we've been doing all year long, and it feels good to have success.
All right, let's go to Gary Klein with the LA Times.
Just wondering, can you imagine a more perfect scenario for you guys in terms of getting to play at SoFi in the Super Bowl with Stafford playing well going into this game, you and everyone else playing well? Just wondering your assessment of what that kind of scenario means for you guys.
What you said? What would be my assessment of the perfect scenario for us?
Well, yeah. Do you think this is the perfect scenario, basically?
Oh yeah. I mean, whenever you guys have success, that is a great scenario. We've been having success and all the way up until this point. And I think the perfect scenario for us is just to play to the best of our ability and do whatever it takes to get the win on Sunday. That would be the perfect scenario. It sucks for 31 teams in the league. every single year. Every single year it sucks for 31 teams, and it's only one team that goes into the playoffs, that goes into the offseason, happy and excited and, feel like they achieved anything. So we want to be that team. We got our hands full with a great Cincinnati Bengals team. But yeah, the perfect scenario is to get to the game on Sunday and have success.
Susie Colbert, go ahead.
Hi, Vaughn.
Howdy.
Kind of a two-parter here too. First, just from watching film, just what you've noticed with Burrow and his mobility and how that's really kind of picked up later in the season.
Oh yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow, he's he's the real deal. He's able to make all the throws on the football field. I think his most interesting trait, of course he breaks tackles and he's extending plays and he's doing all these things, but I think the most interesting trait for me for Joe Burrow is his ability to make his teammates play to a level that they wouldn't normally play at. They got Joe Burrow and it's just a whole different team. They've always had talented players, but now now the team just looks totally different. That you got Joe Burrow, and that's a trait that I admire from Joe Burrow. And of course, he's breaking tackles and he's scrambling for first downs and he's doing all the things to help his team win. But the trait that I admire is his ability to make his teammates play to a higher level that they wouldn't normally play at.
So you mentioned the best thing you do in life is pass rush. Can you put in perspective though, just given the number of different things that this offense is able to do, how important for you stopping the run is going to be on Sunday?
Oh man, let's not forget about Joe Mixon. let's not forget about Joe Mixon and Preem. I don't even disrespect. Is Preem right? Or is it P? Is it P? Ryan P? Both of those guys, both of the running backs, you turn on the film and they're breaking tackles, they're taking screens 30 yards. I've been a Joe Mixon fan for a long time as well. And yeah, bro, they have the best group of skill players in the National Football League. They're super successful from tight end, receivers, running backs, and they're playing for Joe Burrow for sure, man. He's the gear that makes everybody go. And Joe Mixon, he can take a 2-yard run, 20 yards. He can take that 20-yard run and take it to the end zone. They have a team full of dynamic players, man, and we're gonna have our hands full on Sunday. They have an incredible team.
All right, let's go to Neil Reynolds from Sky Sports NFL.
Hi, John. It's Neil from Sky Sports in the UK.
Howdy.
Maybe if you hi, how are you? Maybe if you take us inside the trade, the human side of it, because there's a human side to every transaction. How that felt, and then how you were accepted into the locker room in Los Angeles, because we see it's always painted as it's a team full of superstars. So maybe you could tell us how it was for you having to move, and then what type of people welcomed you at the other end.
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like the human part of the trade, I was hurt, man. I really was hurt. Football is like a business. You always say that. I've been in the league 10 and a half years, 11 years, and, I've seen it and I understand the business. But when it was my turn to be a part of that business, it hurt, man. I cried real tears. All of those players on the Broncos, I've seen them grow up. I've seen them come in as rookies. I've seen them get new deals. I've seen them develop. I've spent time with all these guys. I've seen them evolve as men. And I was super attached to that locker room and all of my teammates there in Denver. I was super attached to the organization. John Elway was my boss. That's that. I was attached to that. I'm always attached to all the equipment managers and the trainers and the strength and conditioning staff. It was I really invested time into all of those people, and I had real relationships with all of those people. So that was it was hard to just cut it off in a couple of hours, because you don't have whenever you get traded, you don't have a whole week to say goodbye. You just get about 30, 45 minutes to say your goodbyes. And although it's never enough time to say goodbye, but 30, 45 minutes, it was super short, man. And I think the biggest the biggest hurdle that I had to overcome really leaving Denver for the trade was leaving my newborn son in Denver. He was 2 months at the time, and I was coming to LA, and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to see him as much. I was seeing him every day, and that was that's still to this day the hardest part, being away from him. Every single day they change and they laugh different and they smile different and they cry different and they kind of cool and giggle and do all these things different every single day. So being away from him and not having the quality time that I was having before that, I feel like that was the part that hurt the most. And the second part of that question, how did the locker room accept me? Man, I've been in this league so many years, man. I got friends and so many. I'm close to so many colleagues around the league. So when I came here, it was just plug and play. Jalen Ramsey, open. He welcomed me with open arms, and me and Aaron Donald, we had a relationship before I got here, and the equipment guys and the trainers. I had been in the league for a long time, so they were familiar with me, and it was so great to be a part of this culture. This culture is different. Denver is different. Denver is more business and more serious, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can win with that, but coming here where it's laxed and the culture is different and it's all about having fun and listening to music and practice. It definitely didn't suck coming here, and they welcomed me with open arms, and it was a true blessing to be a part of the Rams organization for sure.
Thank you. Good luck.
Let's go to Josh Denzel from JD Sports.
Hi, Vaughn, what's going on? First of all, I want to say, how much are you looking forward to getting after a quarterback playing lights out football like Joe Burrow? And secondly, do you set yourself key performance targets before every game? And do they change now, you're on the biggest stage in that Super Bowl?
You said, do I set myself for key performances?
Yeah, individually.
What was that question? The second part of it?
So the second part of it was, do you set yourself key performance targets, before every single game? And do I set a sack? Do I need to get 2 sacks or this and that? Yeah, do I need to have so many pressures? Are you ticking these things off on the list?
No, man. I answer the second part of that question first. Man, I just go into the game, and what I tell myself is I want to play the best football that I can play. Sometimes you just can't get a sack. It's just how this game is. The team don't want you to get a sack. You can have the best rushes in the world and just sacks don't happen. And if sacks not happening for me, I tell myself I have to affect the game some way, form, or fashion, whether that's in the run, whether it's chasing down a play in the run, whether that's coverage, whether that's anything. Everything that I'm doing, I approach it in a way where I have to affect the game in some form or fashion, whether that's sacks, tip passes, any way to help my team win. The win is the ultimate goal. I tell you, I hate losing more than I love winning. It's really all about winning for me. I can go out the game with whatever. As long as we win the game, I'm happy with that. And the first part of the question, Joe Burrow, he's one of the best, man. You want to play the best. You want to go against the best. That's what this league is about. The league is about the Super Bowl. It is about playoff games, big games, not the preseason or regular games or 1 o'clock games where where the game is not on nationally and everybody don't see it. These are the games. These are the games that you dream to play in. This game is going to be played worldwide. We're playing a great team. We're playing Joe Burrow. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You look forward to playing in these games, and you look forward to these moments in your life for sure.
Nice one.
All right, let's go to James Palmer from NFL Network.
What up, Vaughn?
James, how's it going?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you.
Hey, nice to hear from you as well.
Yeah. I go back to the 2015 AFC Championship game where you guys hit Brady over and over and over and over again, and he keeps coming at you. I've talked to some pass rushers that say Burrow's kind of the same way. You keep hitting him, and he doesn't kind of change. He doesn't rush his throws. What is it like when you go against a guy that has that kind of ability? What is it like for a pass rusher when you're put in that situation where he doesn't have tendencies to make mistakes?
It's tough. I mean, it's tough. You want the quarterbacks where whenever you get close to them, they just fall down on the ground and you can just touch them. That's what you want. I mean, that's the pass rusher's dream. Whenever you get close to the quarterback, you just fold and run. I just folding and fall on the ground. But that's just not the case with Joe Burrow. He's a tough guy. I heard he used to play defense. I heard he used to love contact on defense, and he's a big guy, 6'4". That's just he's just a tough guy, man. And it's a unique trait that he has, and it's always tough at pass rushers whenever they just keep coming back, because you got to keep coming back. When you're going against a guy that's not going to quit, it makes it tough. You just got to be able to play 60 minutes. And, my mindset is the next play, always the next play. Whether I get him or not, it's always the next play. Whether we sack him or not, I want to get 2 sacks. When you get 2 sacks, you want to get 3. You want to get 4. You want to go for the record out there. The record is 7 sacks by Derek Thomas. You want to get 8, and Joe Burrow, he's definitely going to make it tough. The offensive line is definitely going to make it tough. And, we just got to go out there and play to the best of our abilities.
All right, brother. Be good.
All right, let's go to Nora Princiotti from The Ringer.
Hey, Vaughn. So you just said that you hate losing more than loving winning, but it also seems like you're really motivated by just sort of the joy of the opportunity that you guys have, and have made a point to be a source of positive energy and a reminder that even when the stakes are this high, your teammates can have a lot of fun in this situation. Have you always been like that? How did that become sort of your ethos and something that was important to you to just remind people to have the joy in this?
I really don't know, man. I just, when you ask me when you ask me that question, I reflect. Instantly I'm brought back to my little league days and why I wanted to play football. And my friends and stuff at school, they were going after school and they were going to football practice, and they would come to school the next day and they would talk about football practice and they would talk about the game and they would talk about things that happened, and I wanted to be a part of that. And my mom, she let me play football, and just being on a team, just being in the locker room with the guys, and traveling on the bus to different games with the guys. It's been my life. I'm 32 years old. I've been playing football since I was 8 years old, 7 years old. So, it's just my life. And, even now that I'm 32 years old in the locker room with the guys, I just enjoy having a good time. I enjoy being positive. Playing football is it's great. Being in the locker room is great too. Getting to know some of these guys. You spend more time with these guys than you do with your family. So, I have genuine love for all of these guys, all the teammates that I've ever played with. It's a unique, you build a unique bond and a unique relationship. You work out together, you go through grueling days in the hot or cold. You lift weights and you run, and you guys get hurt and you cry for them, and you get hurt and you cry, and you come back and you really just really pour your whole life into the sport. And playing with these guys, you build crazy relationships, and I really enjoy being in the locker room. I really enjoy having a good time, joking, laughing, getting to know different types of people. The locker room is always a mixture of all different types of people. Being able to mix with guys and getting to know what makes them, and getting to know where they come from, and getting to know their families and what makes them go, man. That is the beautiful part of the sport, man. And I really enjoy being a part of the NFL, and I really enjoy having teammates and being in the locker room and traveling and doing all of that stuff.
All right, Jackson Thompson, Business Insider, go ahead.
How's it going, Vaughn?
Howdy.
I wanted to ask, what is the hardest workout you've ever done, and how did that help strengthen you as a pass rusher to the point where you're now playing in another Super Bowl?
The hardest workouts that I've ever done would have to be in San Francisco. I got a trainer in San Francisco. His name is Frank Matrosano. They call him Sir. And, he's trained all type of guys, all type of basketball guys, special forces, Navy SEALs, all type of guys. And I went to him because they call him Hell's trainer. And I went to him to, really improve my game. I went to him to really improve my cardio and my fitness and my endurance, because I felt like later in the game, if I never got tired, then later in the game I could still be at my best. And the hardest workout would have to be it's a beach called Fort Funkston, and they have like these sand dunes in San Francisco, and they're like super steep. And we would run up these sand hills. The sand hill would probably be like 60 yards at an incline, and we have a weight vest on, have a 20-pound weight vest on, and I'll be holding a 20-pound ball in my hands, and you just drive up the sand, and the sand is sliding and shifting, and we would do that. And then it was another trail that we would run the stairs. And this whole time, if he told us, how many reps we had, like if he told us we was gonna run 6, sand hills, you could just wrap your mind around it and do it. But the things that make his workouts unique is he doesn't give you that. He just tells you to go. He just tells you to train. And when you're training with that mindset, you're not really looking for the time. You're not like really looking for the reps. You're just going. And I feel like that is important for me, because you never know how long a game is gonna last. You just want to be able to go. You just want to answer the bell every single time. And working out with Frank Matrosano at Baker Beach and Fort Funkston, and running the stairs, and doing all these things. And we would go to the heaven stairs right there at the Golden Gate Bridge. During COVID, they had the whole Golden Gate Bridge, like the observatory area, they had it blocked off at the street. So we had to walk all the way up to the very top where you could observe the Golden Gate Bridge, and it took us about 45 minutes to get up there. We'll walk all the way up, and we still took the medicine ball, so somebody had to carry the medicine ball. Walk all the way up there with the medicine ball, do a workout, run the stairs, run the trails, and then go all the way back down. So doing those workouts, I feel like they definitely help me. They definitely help with my endurance. But I think the biggest thing that I could take from those workouts is my mindset. No matter how long a game is, I can continue to answer the bell. No matter how long I have to run, I'm gonna still keep pushing it and get it done. So thanks, Frank Matrosano, sir, in San Francisco.
All right, let's go to Tom Rock with Newsday.
Vaughn, I know you're a high energy guy. I was wondering if you can give me an assessment of Raheem Morris's energy level and what he brings to this team, and what you've learned from him in the couple of months you've been here, and if you guys ever give him any hard time coming from Hofstra, the school that doesn't even have a football program anymore.
What is it called? They call him the dirty. What's the mascot?
The Flying Dutchman. They used to.
Yeah, the dirt. I thought they call him the Dirty Dutchman. That's what they call him?
Maybe.
Oh, that's just a nickname for him. I'm not familiar with Austria, but I heard it's a pretty tough school, and Raheem, man, his energy is crazy, man. I was familiar with Raheem before I came to the Rams. Aqib Talib, he was Aqib Talib's head coach in Tampa Bay. And when Aqib came to the Denver Broncos, we would ask stories and get to know Talib, and we ask him who's the best coach that ever coached you, and he would say Raheem. And we asked him like, why? He was like, bro, Raheem don't care nothing about. He only care about football. He only care about making plays. And he said he gonna keep it real with you. He gonna talk. He gonna joke. He gonna do all of these things. And it didn't really register for me. I just thought, man, he's a cool coach, because if you know Aqib Talib, it's very hard to impress Aqib Talib. Like, he's played in this league, Hall of Fame player, had been with Bill Belichick and all of these guys. And for him to say Raheem Morris, I was already drawn to Raheem, and like, how could he win Aqib Talib over? Then when I got here, I was I saw why. He just has his energy about him. It don't matter who you are. You could be Aaron Donald out there. He's gonna crack jokes on you. He can relate to everybody on the football field. He's gonna keep it real with you no matter who you are. And as a good player, you want the truth. You don't want somebody to, say that you're doing good. You want him to keep it brutally honest with you, and that's what Raheem Morris does. And he has this humor that goes along with it, and he has this energy that goes along with it that makes you really just that just attracts you to him. And you can tell he cares about his players. He cares about us. He cares about us performing well. He cares about our families, and he definitely will be a head coach in the near future, man. I got all the love and respect for Raheem Morris.
All right, we got about 5 minutes left here with Vaughn. Let's go to Franco Santa Maria from the Spanish Bowl.
Hey, Bon, how are you?
Howdy, how are you?
Fine, thanks for asking. My question is, how would you compare this team to the 2015 Denver Broncos?
They're similar, but they're different. It's kind of like having two kids. You love them both the same, and you raise them both the same way. You go about parenting them both the same way, but they're just two totally different things. They both have a different energy about them. Even though they're both your babies, they just have this different energy about them. That's what makes them different. And but they are similar in a lot of ways. Instead of Peyton Manning, we got Matthew Stafford, both veteran quarterbacks, both able to lead their teams to Super Bowls. Instead of DT and Emmanuel, we got Odell and Cooper Kupp. On defense, instead of DeMarcus Ware and myself, we got me and Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd. And instead of the no-fly zone with Chris Harris, Aqib Talib, and TJ Ward and Dorian Stewart, we got Jalen Ramsey, the best corner in the league, and we got Double D and D Will and we got D Long and we got Taylor Rapp and Edelman. So instead of Danny Trey, we got Troy Reader and Ernest Jones. So we're similar when it comes to players, but they're just two totally different teams. That 2015 defense was special. It was the best defense in the history of the game. And we won a Super Bowl, so it doesn't get any better than that. And we still got a little bit more to do to make it an argument, and if we can do what we all hope to do, then that argument will be a whole lot closer, come Sunday.
All right, let's go to Shane McGowan, ESPN.
Hey, Vaughn, thanks for being this.
Howdy, thank you. I appreciate you.
Quick question, man. You said energy is contagious. You know what I mean? And your defense has been lights out in the last playoffs, these last few games and stuff like this. Do you feel that that's carrying over to the offense as well, which is starting to see them spark at a higher level to themselves, right? Because they're seeing what you guys are doing and everything like that. And it's just like you said, it's contagious in that way, and you love it. But do you also see, because of this game coming up with a guy like Joe Burrows, who can be a bit of an escape artist, in some ways, how much is that going to affect your containment on keeping him intact in that pocket so that he doesn't escape on you guys too? And my last quick question to you is, what would this Super Bowl mean to you personally, winning this one?
I'll start with the Joe Burrow question, man. He's a great player. Like, we can't get disappointed when he breaks containment and throws the ball and completes passes. Like, they're in the Super Bowl for a reason. They beat Super Bowl teams to get here. Like, he's gonna make plays. He's gonna make plays. He's Joe Burrow. Like, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They're one of the best teams in the league. You can't, really get disappointed. We just got to keep going. We got to know it's a 4-round fight, and you got to be willing to go the distance. They're gonna make plays. We're gonna make plays. We just got to make sure we make enough plays to really separate us by the end of the game. They're going to make plays. They got too many stars not to make plays, but we just can't get down, and we just got to continue to make our plays whenever they present themselves. And we gotta play 4 full quarters. Energy is contagious. It just really is. When the offense makes plays, we want to go out there and stop them to get the ball back to the offense. When we make a play, the offense wants to get the ball and go score. Guys getting excited on the sideline, clapping and cheering everybody on, and just the little small talk on the sideline, coach is telling you, let's go. Football is such a unique sport. It is it's a rah-rah sport. So just by guys getting hype, a guy getting hype before the game, it rubs off on everybody else. A good pregame speech, a good breakdown could go a long way in football. It's the craziest thing. Everybody they want to go out there and win the game and play, but just a few players with just super crazy passion, that rubs off on everybody else. And we got a ton of those players on this team. For me, winning the Super Bowl would be great, man. It'd be great for just of course, it's the Super Bowl, you want to win it. But for me, I got a young son at home, and 12 or 8 to 12 or even 15 years, whenever the opportunity presents itself for me to talk about this Super Bowl after he was born. He was only 6 months old when we played in the Super Bowl. So for me to talk to him about, man, you were 6 years old, we won a Super Bowl, here's pictures of you, and here's me, and look at us, and you was just so little, now look at me, I'm old now, and I got no hair, and I remember how special this team was. Super Bowl helps with everything. It helps with parenting. I could always rely on that Super Bowl to use that as a foundation to get points across to my son. The hard work and the dedication and everything it takes to win a Super Bowl, it's going to help with parenting with my son, and it helps with everything. So, to go and win a Super Bowl, it means everything, man. I pray that, my desires are in line with God's desires come, Sunday.
All right, Vaughn, we've hit your time. Appreciate you being here. Good luck this weekend.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Gig 'em.